Hey guys, Patty from Worthy Nutrition here, and I'm at the grocery store. We are looking for hidden sugars. Not only hidden sugars, but large amount of sugars that are very surprising. So the first place that I've gone to is the produce section, right here. I think you can see it. And thinking that I wouldn't find any hidden sugars or extra sugars here. Well, I was wrong. So the first thing I want to show you is, where's the parsley? So they have these little, okay, these are Italian herbs right here. They have these little Italian herbs, and these are backwards. So I'm gonna, there we go. And if you look and take a look at what is in it, you see sugars, 1 gram. This is Italian herbs. There's also parsley and other different herbs that you can chop up yourself and not have sugars in it. Because I don't know about you, but when I chop up parsley or Italian herbs, I don't put sugar in with it when I throw it in my meal. And it just takes a minute to chop it up. As a matter, okay, I'm gonna go put that back. As a matter of fact, I was terrible at chopping up things, so I took this free knife class on Craftsy. I think it's called craftsy.com, craftsy.com. And it was a class by this wonderful knife master, excuse me, so they say, and I have now become very good at chopping all my stuff. It's kind of therapeutic, actually. I really like it. And what I like about it is it makes things go really quick, and I feel like I'm a chef now. I'm not quite good with the claw hand. I have to work on that so I don't chop my finger off, but so far so good. Haven't had anything happen with that. Okay, so now we're going down the next aisle. Excuse me, thank you. And we are going to stop, I think, at the salad dressings. And even in just a regular Italian dressing, we've got 4 grams, put that around, 4 grams of sugar right here. And they put it right there, sugar, and they also have, what else was it that I wanted to show you on this? Maltodextrin, that is also hidden sugar. I'm going to show you a whole list of hidden sugars. But there's no need, and the best thing you can do is just take something, put some wonderful olive oil and some apple cider vinegar together, maybe some garlic, a little bit of salt. If you want a little bit of a sweet taste to it, then go ahead and add some stevia, and it sweetens it right up. I have a wonderful, wonderful recipe that my kids always have. They don't like anything else besides that. So that's pretty much all we eat all the time, or all we have on our salads, and it works great. So I know it takes a little bit longer to make things yourself, but it tastes so much better, and it's fresher and lasts longer, and you can make as much or as little as you want, and that's what really counts. Okay, so here we are in the ketchup section. I've got regular ketchup, and this has 4 grams of sugar in it. Now, the normal adult person should only have 6 to 7 grams of sugar a day. So if you can see, it's already adding up. I mean, we've got 1 gram of sugar already in parsley if you end up with that. So you can make your own ketchup, but I think it's labor intensive. So maybe you want to switch to mustard. No sugar in there, okay? All right, moving on. I'm not even going to talk about pasta because that turns to sugar when you eat it. And yes, it's yummy, but there are alternatives. But let's talk about pasta sauce. So we've got, let me switch over here. Okay, regular roasted garlic and herbs. Sounds delish. Okay, how many grams of sugar? 9 grams of sugar. And let's see, do they actually list it here in a normal? Yep, sugar right there. Okay. Flavoring, they can add anything in flavoring. And look at, they put spice. God only knows what that is, and He's not telling. So it's, again, if you want to really control your nutrition and eat well and not get that extra sugar, you can just throw some tomatoes, garlic, and spices all together, cook it up, and you are in business. And if you want to sweeten it up a little bit, you can always add some stevia, right? Don't forget that. Okay, moving right along. This is very interesting. Okay, if you've never heard of kombucha, kombucha is a fermented tea that is really great. It adds lots and lots of good bacteria to your gut, and that's what really counts. So I am in front of a section that has a ton of different kombuchas in it. So there's way, way too many to choose from. One of my favorites is Synergy, and I was looking at the bilberry, okay, and that actually has 9 grams of sugar in it. I was very surprised because the one that I like is Trilogy, and it only has 2 grams. Yay! Which is awesome. I think that's very acceptable. I would not go on kombucha any higher than 2 to 4 grams, I would say, because again, you're just drinking it and you haven't even eaten anything. Then I happen to notice this little packet right here, Mama Chia. Mama Chia Squeeze Vitality Snack. Okay, first of all, I don't think this is a snack. Here's why. Hopefully you can see this because it's kind of wrinkled. 7 grams of sugar. Okay, it does have some good things in it that are very good for you. The organic fruits and the chia seed, which has some protein. There's 2 grams of protein in this. But it's still too high in sugar. This is your dessert. This is dessert. This is not a snack. This is not a meal replacement. So if you want to get this, go for it. But just realize this is dessert, and you don't have to have dessert every day. Good way to get some sugar out of your diet there. And why are we getting sugar out of your diet? Well, let me see where I'm going next. Number one, and I think the most important, is it just lowers your immune system if you have too much. Okay, here we are at the dried fruit and the canned fruit. Both have very, well, see, this one's organic. Okay, these are dried cranberries. There's also some dried mango and apricots. I used to have an apricot tree that I could not stand, and now I love apricots. Anyway, these are filled with sugar, 13 grams of sugar, 27 grams of sugar for the cranberries, which the cranberries, but even I think the mango is really high too, 27 grams. Mango is so sweet on its own, for Pete's sake. Why do you need 27 grams of sugar? And yes, probably some of that is the actual fruit itself, so you have to keep that in mind. But eat the regular piece of fruit and you get even more fiber. And some of these dried fruits have sulfites in them, and a lot of people are very sensitive to sulfites and they don't even know it. So be aware. Eat the real deal, right? Okay, so we're still on fruit. I'm going by all sorts of stuff that I'm just like, I'm not even going to go into that because I'd be here all day. And we are going to go down to some strawberry preserves. Red raspberry jam. This has 12 grams of sugar per serving, just for 1 tablespoon. And if you're going to put it on jam or bread, which also, after you eat it, turns to sugar, so then it's just like sugar, sugar, sugar. You need that peanut butter or almond butter for protein, but still it's very high in sugar. So you put that on there, it's just an addition. You can get some jams that have no sugar added, and those are a little bit better for you, okay? I'm not gonna say make your own because that is a big deal. That takes way too long. Okay, and then we're back around to the next aisle, and here we have some oatmeal. First of all, I'm gonna show you a really good oatmeal. Okay, these are steel cut oats. I know it's backwards, sorry. They take a while to make. I think it's 20 to 50 minutes. So, you know, obviously they'll be tough. There is no sugar. It says less than 1 gram. So that's hardly any sugar at all. There you go. But they do have the steel cut Irish oatmeal, 5 minutes, ready in 5 minutes. So it's been kind of pre-cooked a little bit. Just be aware. Quick cook steel cut oats. And then we've got the packets of sugar, packets of oatmeal. And there was one here I wanted to take a look at that didn't have any flavor in, because you know, everything that has flavor, there's just so much more added sugar. It's not even funny. Okay. Here's Quaker. Okay, this still has 4 grams of sugar per packet. And you can just make your own plain oats and then add a very, very small amount. If you want a little bit of maple syrup or something like that, that's much better for you. It's still sugar, so you have to keep track of what you're taking in. Now, what I wanted to do also was kind of bust a myth down here in the sugar area. Okay, so agave. They have done an unbelievable job of marketing, and I don't want you to believe it. So we've got organic, raw, blue agave. Wow, it's fantastic. And it even says it's a low glycemic sweetener, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar up, apparently, which is true. That's true, I must say. They have raw, amber raw agave, golden light blue agave, all sorts of stuff. So that's their big thing, is it doesn't spike your sugar. It's still, you know, good for you. You won't gain that much weight on it, supposedly, blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. It's very, very high in fructose. When you have high fructose, that is what taxes your liver. And then when you have too much for your liver to handle, your liver starts making fat to store all the extra glucose and fructose and chemicals. So there are people who hardly eat anything, but they eat so much processed food, so much of that food is processed, that their body can't handle all the processing of the chemicals. And so the liver will signal the body to make more fat, and then chemicals will be stored in that fat. So there you go. Just wanted to let you know, agave is a no-no, and it just drives me crazy that they have it in the acai berry places like crazy, and they think it's healthy, and no, it's not. So I'm always trying to tell people or talk to the managers and say, did you know that this is not cool? And I think a lot of them know, and they're just trying to get it changed. There's one place that I go to here in my hometown, and they will switch it out for, they don't have stevia, but it like dates as a sweetener. So at least that's something with fiber, something that is, you know, very helpful. And then we have a ton of bars, and I'm not going to go through them. I'm just going to show you all of the bars that we have, and most of these are over 13 grams of of sugar. A lot of them have a lot of protein, and they're also touted as meal replacements. And I just want to let you know that there's a few good ones, and I just want to tell you that these are not meal replacements. These are not snacks. These are desserts. Okay, so just not very often. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to journey over to the dairy area. And so I think what I'm trying to tell you today mostly is to really, really take a look at what is in your product that you're trying to buy. And it's kind of cool because I do go to grocery stores now, and I'll see people that are taking the time to take a look at the back of the bottles and realize that, hey, you know, they're reading and they're caring about what they're putting in their bodies. And I think that's just such a great thing to do. It's a great start to a weight loss journey, to a health journey, and all that. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is yogurt. All right, so we've got some Oh, there's one thing I did want to show you too. Yoplait Light. So it's supposed to be less, I guess, fat and less sugar. And it does have less sugar because the original right here, they have 18 grams of sugar. 18 grams. Again, dessert, but not even worth it. You can do better. You can do better. And this one has 10 grams. So not very light. It's Harvest Peach, which, wow, the season is now, people. Go to your farmer's market, get some peaches, and you will be pleasantly surprised at the burst of flavor that you will get. It's just amazing. The best thing you could do is get some full-fat Greek yogurt and maybe put some berries in there, or cut up a nectarine or peach and put it in there, and let that fruit sweeten your yogurt for you. If that doesn't work, you can add a little bit of stevia and mix it in, and it's perfect. That's all you need, and it's pretty much guilt-free. It's great. And make sure that it's organic, because you're getting the full-fat yogurt so that you can have all the good things that are in the fat, and you are getting it without the chemicals and the pesticides and stuff like that. Okay, one more thing that I wanted to show you, and this is, again, a drink. And for me, being the sugar addict that I am, I never had a problem with drinking anything and getting my sugar through that, like Cokes and pop and all that stuff just never really was something that I really enjoyed, because if I'm going to have sugar, I'm going to chew it and really enjoy it. Other people, they love their liquid, so there you go. Anywho, so I came over here and I saw this beautiful ginger lemonade. Ginger's great for you. Lemon is good for you. It's very cleansing. 28 grams of sugar. So I know when you're making lemonade, you do have to add some sugar, right? I get it. Not that much, not that much. And you can make your own and do stevia. So I know that I've been saying make your own, make your own, make your own, but there's something really rewarding in it. And I know that there's going to be those times when, you know, the kids are going crazy and you're behind and you have to stop and get something that's more convenience oriented. Just be aware of it, and maybe if you do have to get the parsley with the 1 gram of sugar, you just have something else that you make sure doesn't have a ton of sugar with it, right? Okay, so I think that's about all I needed to say. If you have any questions, swipe left, then you can go ahead and just post them below. Okay, it's telling me to swipe left. Oh, I'm not swiping left. I kept swiping right. Hey guys. So yeah, if you have any questions, just leave it below and let me know what you think. And I know, there's one more thing that I wanted to post here. Turn you around. So this is a list of different, that's not even the whole list. This is probably half a list of all the sugars, diastatic malt. I don't think I've ever seen that. This one, treacle, I figured out how to pronounce that. I had to actually do the dictionary.com. It's the British version of molasses. Did not know that. Those of you who are cooks are probably like, yep, knew that. Caramel, of course, has sugar in it. Corn syrup, that's the worst. Fructose. And there's, of course, the worst of the worst, high fructose. Corn syrup, stay away from that. Dextran. So dextrose is a sugar. Anything dext is not good. Carbitol, diglycerides, fructooligosaccharides. I'm so glad I can actually pronounce that now. That's pretty cool. That's actually a good fiber for you, and a prebiotic, but you just don't want to have too many. These are all sugar alcohols. Xylitol, erythritol, not sorghum, I'm sorry. Xylitol, erythritol, maltitol. You have to just really be careful, because those can really irritate the GI tract. So just be careful not to have too much of that, or you'll end up on the pot, not having fun. Rice malt, so there's a lot of different rice sugars that are very popular now. And isomalt, glucitol, that's another sugar alcohol. Mannitol is a sugar alcohol. Disaccharides. Maltose, that's a sugar I've seen. A lot of companies, I think, are now getting it that we want to see whether there's sugar or not. So they'll just put sugar instead of what kind of, or trying to hide it. So that's kind of cool. So now that they're not hiding too much sugar, you just need to take the time to figure out how much is in it. Just take a look, weigh your options. It's all about being educated and knowing what you want, how much you need, and how much you don't need, okay? So again, post your questions below, and I will post a link if you would like to consult with me for about 20 minutes, free consultation. See if we would be a good fit to work together and what your goals are. That would be awesome. All right, guys, take care and have a great day. Ciao for now.